the change of heart, as it were, you know, that let's not speak about it. There are taluka, panchayat elections also, not that it really matters to them, you and I know. But do you think that the quietening down is the lull before the storm for Yatnal?
So, just tell me what happens to a balloon whose air has suddenly been removed.
Right.
It will fall to the ground. So I think that is what has happened to these rebels. These rebels without a cause and without a pause. And I think suddenly they've realized that their game is not working. So that's the reason why I think they've decided to close shop for the time being. I mean, this has been going on for a long time and the party has tolerated them. It doesn't mean that, they will have their way. The party knows what is to be done and what is not to be done. And, they don't want to make Etnal a martyr. So I think that's the reason why they just ignored him. And now suddenly they realize that they're not getting anywhere. And probably, it's being counterproductive. And that's the reason I suppose yesterday they've decided that they will keep quiet for some time. So let's wait and see.
So, does that make Vijendra's return, or rather Vijayendra 2.0, imminent, Ramkrishna Upadhyay?
I think so because see, he has not had a long innings. It's just that about 2 years now, and normally a party president is given 3 years, and it has been with the Lok Sabha election thrown in. So that being the case, now that the panchayat elections are coming up, I don't see why the party would change him now. That to somebody like Vijayendra, who is Yediyurappa's son. So why would they want to antagonize Yediyurappa?
Right.
It's just because this handful of rebels have been asking for his. What are their grievances against Vijayendra? They've not been able to identify the grievances against him. They've just been saying that we want him to be sacked. Well, why? What is the reason? I mean, the only point they're making is he's ineffective. So who is effective among them? Can any one of them fill the void that will be left? So they don't know. They don't have an agenda, proper agenda. I don't think the party high command will listen to this kind of rabble rousing.
Ramkrishna, what happens is when you and I sit down to dissect any election and someone loses, then if I come to you or you come to me, we will say it's because of the infighting, Ram. That's why it happened. Everyone was up against so and so. Therefore, it was something which was waiting to happen. With so much of animosity against this man on the screen, despite the fact that his legacy is something which is unmatched, Yediyurappa, one may not agree with his politics, some may not. But then no one can really argue about the stature that that man has and the way he's built the BJP from scratch. You and of course, he and of course Ishwarappa, who's out, in the cold right now. But I want to ask you that, how does he survive? Because he's got 3 by-elections down. There is dynastic politics. There is about he's not sharp enough. He really does not represent the Lingayats the way he should be doing. Also, he's not able to quell the little bushfires everywhere. Don't you think all that will go against this man? Yes, he's had a short stint. He's still time, but then that's a baggage, Ramkrishna Upadhyay, that he is carrying.
But Sudha, the point is the rebels have not been able to gather momentum. They don't even have the numbers. You tell me how many are there. You can count on one hand how many rebels are there, real rebels or leaders. So they have not been able to increase the numbers. So that being the case, the party I don't think will be listening to just half a dozen people crying hoarse that we want this man to be changed, and it has consequences. Changing him has consequences. It's not anybody. It is Mr. Yediyurappa's son, and Mr. Yediyurappa has been the bulwark of the party, and without a solid reason, I don't know why they would do it.
So, I want to ask you that a lot of people, experts that I have been speaking to, they feel that this man, Yatnal, is a motor mouth, their opinion. He speaks out of turn, but he has got a following. He is somebody who can steer the BJP back into what it was originally, which is about, being very, very strident and shrill Hindutva, which the BJP lost the sheen, as it were, when Bommai took over. This is what some of the political analysts feel, because Bommai has a socialist kind of a background, etc., etc., etc. He is not dyed in the wool RSS man or a BJP man. So they feel that this man is the one who can do it, who can take on the might of DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah and the Congress party as a whole. What do you think, Ramakrishna?
You know, his problem is he is not a leader. He's not a leadership material. In the sense, he can't take everybody along. So unless you are able to take everybody along, I don't see how he's going to be given the leadership role. Yes, he is popular. He is from a major, Lingayat sect, and that's the reason why he's being tolerated. They don't want to make him a martyr, and they don't want him to maybe go and join the Congress party. That's the reason why he is being tolerated for
All
all the
right.
things that he is saying about his own party leadership.
All right.
But I don't think he has shown enough to be anointed as a party president.
All
Do you
right.
think he will make a good party president when
All
he
right.
is being such a water mouth?
All
I'm
right.
I see.
Okay. Also joining
Leaders
us
are
is,
made of a different kind, Sudha. I don't think that he
yeah,
realizes
yeah,
that
yeah.
being
Let me, yeah, yeah. Let me also ask the other guest who's joined us on the phone line, Dr. Basanagouda Yatnal, senior journalist and political analyst. Dr. Yatnal, the point is that all is quiet on the waterfront so far as the BJP rebel camp is concerned. They have now decided to, tread very carefully, very cautiously and keep quiet for some time. I was asking the question to Ramakrishna Upadhyay, does that mean that Vijayendra 2.0 has now become imminent, although they have been shifting the dates from 18th to 28th, now 28th to 25th? Your opinion on that, Dr. Yatnal?
Sudha, not just imminent. To me, it looks quite obvious as well because previously, the Yatnal camp had objections to Vijayendra selecting the district presidents, and now the entire cadre, the district presidents and the mandal and taluk presidents have been appointed by Vijayendra himself. Even if it is if there is an election for the president's post, I don't think anyone strong enough to take on Vijayendra within the party elections. That's one. Another thing is, whatever this, Yatnal or Ramesh Jarrakiholy or Kumar Bangarappa, all these people whatever their grievances, those grievances were not really, taken at the appropriate forum. They were totally talking on the street. And a couple of days ago, the way Yatnal lambasted Vijayendra, even on the verge of abuse, he stopped just short of abusing him. So that is not a leadership, attribute. Nobody wants to see a leader like that. One, and this group itself did not have any alternative face to Vijayendra. Now, tomorrow, if Vijayendra has to be replaced, and who that should be, they themselves did not have any clarity. They said anybody among us. Who is that anybody? It's an election. We cannot say anybody. Who is that anybody?
Right.
Is it Jarrakiholy? Is it Yatnal? Is it Kumar Bangarappa? Is it Sudha? Who is that anybody? So that clarity they lacked. And even if they proposed any one name among all the names that I just mentioned, even if it is anyone, no one had kind of cadre support and popularity to match Yediyurappa or Vijayendra across the state.
Right.
They were all leaders of the pockets of the state, not across the entire state.
Dr. Yatnal, do you think what do you think will Yatnal do next? I mean, so much of, he's been rebuffed time and time again, served notices. Of course, the man has been defiant. But do you think that he's somebody who will sever all relationships with the BJP and go and form his own outfit? Do you think that is a possibility?
I don't think Yatnal, has that kind of a support base across the state. One, and there is that such kind of leaders who are motor mouths and they just provide a media spectacle. Such people tend to slide into oblivion in the due course of time.
Right.
Because he had been in other parties as well. He was in JDS also, Yatnal,
yes,
and then he came to BJP. So this is there is no consistency in his approach, and he doesn't have a mass support.
Right. Let me
Statements don't make a leader. It's a mass support that makes leader.